Project 25 is the internationally well-known artist Thomas Demand. It's a great privilege for us to show his work. Thomas is one of the leading contemporary artists today. Thomas started off as a sculptor at Düsseldorf Art College. And he was discarding his models as he was making them, and his professor said, well, you better record it somehow, otherwise I won't be able to assess you. So he started to photograph these little models, and he discovered that he likes the photographs better than the actual sculpture. So then he started to make sculptures that would photograph better. So that's the beginning of his art.
Well, I'm born in Munich, south of Munich on a little countryside. Then I I went to study in Munich for a year, and I left to Düsseldorf pretty soon. After, being there for 1 or 2 semesters, I realized I have to move on from where I come from. And then I traveled the world. For 8 years I was living 2 years each in London, Paris, New York, Amsterdam. And then in '95 I decided to move to Berlin, where I stayed for 14 years nearly, and now I moved to LA and I'm just working from there. But that kind of moving around all the time means also that you just keep your household really small, and you just you start up in another context every 2 or 3 years, except of Berlin. And so that means also that I don't want to schlepp my stuff with me. And very early on I just didn't want to make work which is very heavy and is in bubble wraps, and I have to care about the work or something. So in a sense, I don't know what came first, the desire to move on with my life somewhere else, or the work being light. But basically it's one complements the other. I just make work where I am, and then I photograph it, and then I move. I can dump the work and go somewhere else. And these things what I do there are basically paper sculptures, life-size paper sculptures of things we know, things I can share with everyone else. And then I document them, and then I get rid of those, and the photographs are the works of art.
Project 25 has a really fascinating, very unexpected location. It's at the Commercial Travelers Club, which is part of the MLC Centre, in a separate building, which in the tradition of the Commercial Travelers Club, it's a very traditional setting. And Thomas and us, we hired an entire floor of 16 rooms, all single rooms, and the works will be hung in each of the rooms, one work per room. Now, the floor is circular, and each room is identical, furnished in a very traditional way. And it has a very deceptive, disorienting feeling about it, because it's circular. You don't quite know whether you've been there. The first few times I was there, I kept going around in circles because the lift is not obvious. So it's disorienting. And as each room is identical, again, it creates a very disorienting feeling. So each room is furnished absolutely identically. The bedspread, the light, the number of hangers in each wardroom, the towels, the half bottle of wine on the fridge, it's all identical. The only differentiation is that above the bed in each room will be a new work of Thomas's, and it'll be a world premiere. It's the first time that these works will be shown, not only in Australia, but anywhere in the world.
When you go through the rooms, you always see, you just look at the work, and you will probably see something which is somehow resembling it outside the window. So they actually placed really quite considerable to what you see outside the window. The main condition in seeing anything from that room is that you have this really narrow window, stripe of windows, and they basically frame the outside, but you very much inside, so you don't hear hardly any noise because it's very well insulated. Even if it's like right in the center of the city, you don't hear anything, but you see a lot of bustling city life, because like it's, you know, the St. Martin's Lane is in front of it, you have 1,000 of people running around, you have the bus driving by, you have a tram, you have like, you know, this is really, especially at lunchtime, it's really busy there, which is really interesting. But it's completely mute inside, so somehow you can see the outside world, but you're just inside, you know, like a dreamscape or something, and that quality is quite amazing. So I placed the works according to what you would see from the outside, and they resemble shapes and forms. Like, so there's a picture with an ashtray, which you just, if you look outside, you see like the entrance to the the shopping mall downstairs. You see there's this formal quality of the two of them, which is actually quite, you know, similar, and you know, little details like that go through the whole round of things. And then it's not really a narrative from picture to picture. Like, so they're not built up, they don't connect it, they're independent artworks. But of course you see, you know, that it evolves over the room from 401 to 415. You just actually, you go through, you know, different spaces and three different like motifs and stuff.